California, the Golden State, land of golden opportunities. It's no wonder why 34 million people make California their home. With international trade as its #1 industry, California is America's gateway to the global economy. Combined, the ports of Long Beach and Los Angeles make up the busiest port complex in the United States and the 5th busiest in the world. More than 3.3 million jobs nationwide are generated by these ports, making them vital to not only Southern California, but our entire nation. Everything from electronics, clothing, furniture, and millions of other everyday consumer goods enter the United States through the Southern California ports and then travel across the country via rail, eventually ending up in the shopping bags of millions of American consumers. Inevitably, as America's demand for these Asian-produced goods continues to grow, so will the volume of container traffic moving through the ports. Since 1990, the amount of trade flowing through the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach has more than tripled, and by 2030 is expected to nearly triple again. In 2002, the Alameda Corridor opened, creating a 20-mile rail express lane linking the ports to rail lines. The Alameda Corridor not only expedites the flow of cargo in and out of the ports, but improves air quality, safety, and the flow of vehicle traffic in the surrounding communities. But this subterranean corridor can handle many more trains than the 55 that travel it each day. One way to move containers via the Alameda Corridor is on-dock rail loading, or putting containers directly onto rail cars at the port. But on-dock rail loading is not currently available at all terminals or to all shippers. And because of land and space constraints, on-dock capacity will not be enough to meet even the most conservative growth forecasts. That means the overflow of containers will spill into more truck hauls to existing facilities. Every day, trucks are already hauling thousands of containers about 20 miles inland up the 710 freeway to BNSF's Hobart facility near downtown Los Angeles. And with the projected container growth at these ports, more truck hauls would only compound problems of gridlock on the surrounding freeways and increase pollution in the region. But what if there was an environmentally responsible way to eliminate millions of truck miles each year by loading more containers on rail close to the docks with direct access to the Alameda Corridor? This is the Southern California International Gateway, a first of its kind, environmentally green, near-dock intermodal facility. With direct access to the Alameda Corridor, this near-dock facility will load containers on rail just a few miles from the docks, eliminating millions of truck miles each year. Trains from this facility will eventually move 1.5 million more containers through the Alameda Corridor than is currently possible with on-dock loadings. The Southern California International Gateway will greatly improve an existing industrial trucking and redistribution site into a gateway for green growth. BNSF is committed to setting a new standard for environmental stewardship by building the greenest intermodal facility in North America. This facility's emissions will be 90% less than traditional intermodal rail yards. Specially designed wide-span rail-mounted electric cranes will produce 0 emissions on site. By design, these cranes generate less noise and reduce the number of hustlers needed. Special directional lighting on the cranes will also reduce the amount of light coming from the facility at night. BNSF plans to use low-emissions liquid natural gas-powered hostlers or other low-emissions vehicles to move containers within the facility and low-emissions switch engines to build trains. BNSF also uses Smart Start technology to automatically shut down idling switch and road engines to reduce fuel use, noise, and air emissions. Because this will be an intermodal facility, there will be minimal switching compared to traditional rail yards. Intermodal trains are built on fixed sets of well cars and typically don't need switching, minimizing noise from train movement. The Southern California International Gateway will be located only a few miles from the ports between Sepulveda Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. Only trucks that meet stringent emissions criteria will be allowed to move containers from the ports to this facility. BNSF will require trucks to stay on specified non-residential routes, traveling on the Terminal Island Freeway to the Pacific Coast Highway. GPS or global positioning systems will track truck movement, ensuring drivers use only the approved routes. Any trucks that do not use the approved routes could be prohibited from serving the facility. A 2,500-foot-long truck entrance and exit road along the west side of the facility will ensure trucks won't queue on public streets or block traffic on the Pacific Coast Highway. And because BNSF Railway wants to be a good neighbor, we're listening to you and your concerns as we develop plans for the facility. You told us you're concerned about noise from the Terminal Island Freeway, so BNSF is proposing to build a sound wall on the eastern side of the freeway. BNSF is also committed to beautifying the facility through perimeter landscaping, creating an urban forest setting. Additionally, the facility will bring hundreds of new, local, well-paying jobs to the community, with priority hiring given to local applicants. Potential facility employees will have access to a workforce training program, increasing opportunities for growth and promotion. California, the Golden State. Land of golden opportunities, where communities matter. By reducing emissions, improving air quality, and creating well-paying local jobs in the community, the Southern California International Gateway will set a new standard for future facilities. This gateway for green growth is our commitment to you and future generations to come.